G'day guys, I'm just going to do a quick video on how to sharpen your knives after they're completely rooted or if they're just a bit dull. I've got 5 knives here. I'm going to run a few across this brick and show you what you can do just with a normal stone. Get from any camping shop or whatever, wherever you are you can get them. And a blue steel. They're pretty easy to come by as well. Alrighty, so the knives I've got a little pocket knife that my dad gave me. It's pretty sweet. They're all razor sharp, by the way. I just gave them all a touch up. There's a little $3.50 knife from Kmart. Goes alright for being a pretty cheap knife. I've got my 2 boning knives from the abattoirs. This one here is my favourite. It's really good for skinning and boning them out. This one's pretty good as well, but not as good as skinning because the blade's so thin. Then I got my Rambo knife. This one's pretty good all rounder. It's good for skinning and not so much boning, but it goes alright. Good for sticking. And yeah, so let's get started. Alright guys, I'm going to use my little $3.50 knife first. This is a pretty cheap steel. Got a little serrated edge there. So basically when you sharpen your knife, you want to get an edge on it first. And you do that, you lay it like flat, not like that. You want to lay it a bit flatter and just rub it back and forth like this. Do it however many times you want on both sides to make it equal. So that gets I don't know if you can see, it's got like it looks a bit pink there. It's got like a longer edge sort of thing. So once you get that pretty nice on both sides, you want to do the same thing, lay it flat but raise it up just a tiny bit, probably about 5mm, just so you can get that little edge. And when you're doing this, don't do it hard. Do it nice and soft, but put a little bit of pressure on it. Raise it up when you get to the tip so it gets all the way. Makes it nice and sharp. Right, so after you've got that, you can like glimmer it in the light a little bit and you can see sort of a tiny edge on the very tip of the blade. Once you've got that done, it depends on the quality of the blade. If it's really ruined, you're going to have to rub it back a fair bit. But if it's not too bad, it doesn't take that long. Like this one here took me about, I don't know, 40 seconds to do. And then you get your blue steel, and when you use this, you want to do it on the same angle as your second time. So mine's, I don't know, about 10mm above, and don't put hardly any pressure on it. If it feels a bit rough on one side, just give it a couple extra. Just to even it out, because you might have rolled the edge. That there should be pretty sharp now. Let's test it on some hair. I'm getting pretty bald though. Yeah, look at that. Barely sort of put any pressure on it, and she's shaving it off, no worries. So yeah, that's a $3 knife from Kmart. You can do that with any of your knives, kitchen knives, anything, and it's really easy, and it's a really good skill to learn, so you don't have to pay people or buy stupid fancy expensive gear to do it. Same sort of thing with your bigger knives, just rub it back flat. And then put your edge on it. give it a hit with your steel, same angle. This one I already sharpened earlier, but yeah, I'll show you again. I'm running out of hair here. Yeah, nice and sharp. And you always want a sharp knife when you're on the field. Nothing worse than trying to hack up some meat with a blunt knife. It sucks. Alright, now we're going to run the knife through a brick and get it sharp again. A good way of testing your knife sharpness is use a bit of paper. Use it and just slice off the corners or whatever. This one's not the best at the moment, but it's alright. Now I'll run it through the brick and then you watch what it does to the paper. Alright, that's going to be blunt as shit. Let's give it a look. Won't even cut the paper. Just hacking it to pieces. So now we just do what I did in the other one, just rub it back on the flat, like this. Just get that edge on there. A bit more. Alright, so that edge is looking alright. Now I'm going to put a bit of a higher angle edge on it. Alright, that should be pretty good. Now I'm going to hit it with the steel. Oh, message. I'm going to hit it with the steel. Now I'll try it onto the paper. There's a bit of work. Have another go. That's better. You can test it on your hair. Don't know if you can say that, but there's hair on there. And so that's how you sharpen it after it's been smashed off a brick.